Good evening and welcome to another in the series of sketches of my life. Today I'll be speaking about my first grand market that I went to, that I was allowed to go to. This evening in particular, my mother did say yes when she was asked by my friends and myself. She relented and said, all right, go on. I had been out of high school for 2 years by then, so I was 18 years old. And we all went to Linstead, and I remember that at first I was upstairs Excelsior building up on the upper deck. Anita Biari, her boyfriend, then time that the Triller U, they were up there. Tony Curtis was up there. I did my brethren then time there because I'm a cousin, one of my cousin's brother. So we had a relationship where we would talk, laugh, joke with each other and stuff. But a night there, he put on some lyrics then I'm a years old and sing some nice because sweet song there, you know, if him kind of love song them. Then time then no bus it still, you know, just go and go to studio and try him sing. And I think he may have any songs yet. And we were up there for quite a while. And then after we left up at roof, we went down on the street, down on the main street, down to Dixon drugstore area. And I think there was a bakery down there at that time to name, I think a Ken's Bakery. Yeah, so we all were standing up out there, all of us as young people. And sometime down in the night, this young man came by wearing, for months before that, him did a mosey around me. Like sometime when I'm leaving school, I used to go on fashion designing school. I never finished still because the school closed down. He would pick me up sometimes and drop me home on his bike. It was a Honda 50, I think, one of them big bike them time there. Was afraid of bikes, still I'm afraid of bikes, but he would ride really slow with me and drop me up Mount Rasta where we were living by then. And this night in particular, when he arrived on the scene in Linstead, of course I had to abandon my friends then and go stand upside of my boyfriend. And for the whole night, just stand up like one statue side I can't even dance again. And anybody who know me knows say I love to dance. So that the night I did one of the most boring nights ever. Anyway, stand up beside him. Sometimes I walk a little and go over my friends then, but you have to come back quick. And then I never even my age group person smarted it. So he was older than I was. I think he probably would have been in his late 20s, early 30s then. I'm not sure. Anyway, dead of the night, dead here. Then he was ready. I wasn't ready, but he ready, so get the ride for go on my yard. On the way home, I realized that we weren't riding on familiar road anymore. So, you know, you ride, if you even talk, you can't really hear what me I say well. So, he arrived at this place. So I said, where are we? In St. Brethren house. So I said, what are we doing here? And say, just go in there so I check on something. They come with him. Go in there with him. Lo and behold, man, not check on nothing. Well planned out ahead of time to get that room from him brethren so that when him ready to go do whatever I want to do, he have it ready. So go in there, and it was this tiny room with a bed and a dresser. He sat on the bed and, you know, hold my hand, pull me over to where he was. So I remained standing. So he pulled me down on the bed. And I must say that it was not one of them romantic scenes where you see in a movie or where you're reading a book back them days and would have fantasized about your first time being. My one was a horrendous occasion because honestly, I consider it to be rape up until today. because he forced himself on me. He was rather rough, brutal. I felt torn, and the bed, of course, you know, the bed blood up and everything. And that's how I lost my virginity, as a result of going to my first grand market and not staying with my friends, isolating myself, you know, sticking around somebody instead of sticking with the group. And after I'm having way with me, by then they're almost light, and put on in clothes, put on my clothes, I put on my clothes, and back on the bike and head home. By the time I reach home, daylight out. And this time in particular, I never dropped my pathway, it took me straight to my gate. I came off, and there was my mother. She was out the front of the shop sweeping, and she just come with the broom, whap whap over my back, "You dog, you jankra, you." And that was how she greeted me when I reached home. Now, I wondered if it was printed on me that I had had sex or something. I don't know. But somehow she knew, or she just assumed that that took place. And it's not a pleasant memory. And I'm sharing this because I want, if there are any young persons watching this vlog, they can learn from it. Whenever you get the chance to go out, or even if you're someone who normally is on the outgoing side where you're allowed to, and you go out with your friends, stick with your group. Do not go off in any isolation. Don't go off with any one person, even if he says he's your boyfriend or you're dating or whatever. Keep yourself with your group so that you can keep yourself until you're actually ready to give yourself. Because my thing was, even then, I kept on saying to him, no, no, no. I want to save myself for when I'm married. I don't want to have sex before I'm married. And it never worked out that way. And from that, a trend continued. So I hope that out of this, someone can learn and not go down the route that I went. Yes, I was happy to be able to go out that night for my first grand market because I'd never been to one prior to that. But the end result was not a fond memory, and it still is not a fond memory for me. So thank you for watching. Please continue to watch, share, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. See you next week. Oh, by the way, before I go away, let me show you what I have on. I cut this months ago and had it on the table, saying that I was gonna make a jumpsuit. Anyway, today I decided that, you know, something I finished as something there, you know. Boy, it take me a while and give me hell, a long time, and I really sew a piece of garment. You know, come out perfect, but I like how it fit on me. So what I'm gonna do is to actually repurchase fabric and recut one and make it this time to perfection. Bye.